This woman never expected that the middle-aged man before her turned out to be a complete fossil when it came to smartphones. Just one day earlier, Sasaki was still wearing reading glasses every day to read the newspaper. He was practically a walking relic. His co-workers couldn't stand it anymore, so one of them pulled out a smartphone to show off the convenience of modern technology. Sasaki claimed his own phone worked just fine, but right after he said that, his flip phone turned into a brick. No matter how he pressed, the screen wouldn't light up. At over 40 years old, he was forced to keep up with the times. On the evening commute subway, Sasaki stared at the unfamiliar device in his hand, deeply troubled. He had bought the thing, but how exactly was he supposed to use it? He had heard you could download apps into it, but his mind immediately recalled news stories he'd seen before, like phone data being stolen, users scammed out of millions of dollars online, and phones infected with viruses becoming completely useless. Sasaki instantly didn't dare to touch anything. What terrified him even more was that he accidentally opened the selfie camera, but there was no return button on the screen. He panicked and tapped randomly, and the phone suddenly made a crisp shutter sound. People around him turned to look, thinking he was some kind of creep taking secret photos. Helpless, Sasaki had no choice but to ask Tayama, hoping she could teach him how to use a smartphone. Tayama casually agreed without thinking much, but she was shocked when Sasaki admitted he didn't even understand the most basic operations. Tayama scrutinized the middle-aged man in disbelief, and finally accepted the reality. But Sasaki's primitiveness still exceeded her expectations, because Tayama had to start by teaching him how to return to the home screen. She let out a deep sigh, then taught him how to use swipe input. Just tap the button, and slide your finger toward the content you want to enter. Sasaki got nervous and slid to something he didn't want to type. He immediately stood up like a child who had made a mistake. The most important reason Sasaki changed phones was so he could read the newspaper on it. Tayama said that wasn't complicated. He just needed to install a newspaper app from the App Store. But whether it was the App Store or the newspaper app, most likely each required registering an account. Sasaki was completely lost listening to this, so in the end he obediently let Tayama handle it for him. Soon Sasaki was finally able to read news on his phone. He now had just one last request. He hoped she could help enlarge the font size. Hearing this, Tayama truly felt the age gap between them. Changing that setting wasn't difficult, but if the font got bigger, Sasaki might stop wearing his glasses when using the phone, and Tayama felt that was a loss. She lifted Sasaki's nose bridge with her finger, telling him he still needed to wear glasses in the future. Then Tayama suddenly suggested giving him Miss Yamada's number, as a way to celebrate his new phone. Sasaki quickly waved his hands to refuse. He wouldn't dare harbor any disrespectful thoughts toward Miss Yamada, but Tayama's phone clicked, and she said she had already added it. Sasaki froze on the spot, speechless. Tayama was very satisfied with his reaction.
嘘ですけど。よーし、できたった。
Tayamaさん。
はい。字読みやすいよ。
ありがとう。
The next day at work, Yamada seemed happier than usual. She tied up her hair, covered her ear piercings with band-aids, wrapped a headscarf, and sprayed deodorant near her neck. Just like that, Tayama became Yamada. Outside of work, she wasn't someone who smiled much, but today while scrolling her phone, she grinned foolishly at the screen, because the night before she had secretly snapped a photo of Sasaki.